Welcome to Twin City Talk. Today we are talking to Jessica Ford. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, Jessica.
You have the best reels. I love your stuff.
Thank you.
She's a local influencer, and you share a lot about food, but also travel and other stuff. How did you get into that?
I got into it about a year ago. Started when me and my then boyfriend were going out and eating and enjoying the town and doing all the new things that a new couple does. And I started documenting the process, and it just blossomed from there.
Yeah. So what's been some of your favorite things to do for that?
I think my favorite thing to film and document is the travel.
Travel?
Yeah, the travel is the best. We're going to Arizona soon, so I cannot wait to document that. It will be some.
Have you been there before?
I've been to the airport, the Phoenix airport. That's it. So, but we're going to Sedona. I've heard the best things about it. So I'm going out there to do a little film media tour. So I can't wait.
It's pretty warm out there.
Yeah.
Especially
That's
if you're
what I'm
going
excited
later on.
for. Yeah.
You're going at a good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going for my birthday next month. So I'm excited.
Happy early birthday.
Thank
or
you.
as I say, happy early solar circumnavigational anniversary day.
That too. That works. Thank you.
So what are some reels you have coming up that you can share?
Some reels I have coming up. I have one at a hair salon. Posted one yesterday about Viva Chicken. That was really fun. And then I have one I'm filming tomorrow at a local food truck in Greensboro. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So you go throughout like all the Piedmont, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Piedmont, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, Burlington, Kernersville, surrounding areas, and even some South Carolina stuff. And I'm really looking to expand soon. So
Cool.
yeah.
Nice. So you said then boyfriend, so I guess you're married now.
Yeah.
Because I see him a lot in the reels with you too.
Yeah, we're married. We got married a year ago. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Allergies.
Travel. I want to ask you about travel real quick, if you don't
Of
mind.
course.
So, I've always loved the idea behind travel reels and podcasts and all of that kind of stuff. So, where have been your favorite places so far, and what's on your bucket list to go see?
Favorite place so far, surprisingly, I would have. Well, actually, I have two. So not so surprisingly, Belize. Yeah,
not so surprising.
So not so
That is a cool
surprisingly,
place.
yeah, Belize is absolutely stunning. We were in San Pedro for our anniversary, and that was great. Did some content there, but then surprisingly, I love Detroit. I did not think I would like Detroit, but went for my husband's birthday last year, and I mean, it was just a great time. I'd never been to the Midwest before that, I don't think. But went to Detroit, made some awesome content, met some really, really cool people, had some awesome food. They have like Detroiters are going to be mad at me, but I think it's like the deep dish square, like deep dish Detroit pizza. It's like, it's square, but it's really good. It's really good. So
Yeah, they did a
love
huge
Detroit.
renovation in the downtown district next to the ball field and all that, right?
Yes, that's exactly where we were.
Yeah.
So Detroit is a great time. So Detroit and Belize are actually my two favorites.
Where's your bucket list places?
Those two. I'm sorry, but those two juxtaposed.
I know, they couldn't be
Belize
any
and
more
Detroit. I
different.
love that.
But my bucket list is Sedona, where I'm going next
really?
month. Yeah, Sedona, Arizona. Like I heard it's beautiful, and I have a fascination with all the things like the red rocks. So I just can't wait to go out there and film some content. So definitely Sedona and Hawaii. Kauai is on my bucket list as well. Yeah,
That's a pretty great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kauai. All of Hawaii is
Right.
magnificent.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
it's my dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you go about, especially for like the food places, how do you go about finding and picking them out and that?
It's a mixture. I would say locally, how I go about finding local spots is sometimes people will reach out and say, hey, have you been to this new restaurant? I've been thinking about going. Like, can you go and check it out for me? So I love doing that. Sometimes the restaurant themselves will reach out and ask me to come. But the one I love most is if I see something or my husband sees something, and if we want to go, then we'll just show up and we'll just do it. So it's really a mixture of me seeing it, or a friend, or just a follower seeing it, or the restaurant reaching out.
What's been the most challenging part about, creating content?
The most challenging part, there's so many. Editing is a challenge. I think telling this story, and I could talk all day about this, but telling the story with the video is challenging.
Especially under 3 minutes?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of my videos are under 55 seconds. So telling a full story or giving just enough information so that somebody is interested is a challenge, because when you're creating content for a business, it's a certain level of trust that goes into it. They're trusting you to show their business in a good light, in a positive light. And it's tough, because I always say social media has a lot of psychology behind it to get someone's attention and to keep their attention. So I would say the storytelling aspect and figuring out how I want to show it, how I want to tell it, what's most interesting is tough. And then editing that, so it makes sense. But other than that, just keeping up with the demand. It's a lot creating content. It is draining going from here to there and, doing all the things. So it's challenging, but it's a good challenge, and I love it.
The details are time consuming, aren't they?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think
So
most people
time-consuming.
just sort of overlook that stuff.
Yes.
They don't think about all the
Yes.
work that goes into the small things. And like you said, the
Yes.
storytelling, man,
Yeah.
that's an art. You
It
got to
is.
know what you're doing in such short form media too. You don't have a
Yes.
lot of time to tell somebody's
Not
story.
at all. I mean, I saw something on the internet that said you have 2 seconds to give someone a reason to watch 2 more seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's so real, because when you're on a scrolling platform like Instagram, TikTok, or really any social media we use, even YouTube Shorts, like we only watch like 3 seconds. If it doesn't catch us in the first 3 seconds, we're gone.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
with movies and television, they say you have the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine, if you do the math on it, it's kind of the same thing. If
Yeah.
I'm going to watch 45 seconds, a minute of somebody's reel, you got about 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, and that's short.
If you have
Yeah.
me, great.
Yeah.
If you don't, gone.
Too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's a crazy notion, isn't it?
It is
That
insane.
somebody's willing to give you 3 seconds.
Yeah,
of
and you have
their
to sell
time.
them in 3 seconds, and it's tough. But it's definitely like I've created my own formula to it. I have certain things that I say and certain things that I do in the first 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds. That usually works, and so I always watch my on Instagram. You can see your watch time, like how long people are watching you. So in my head, as long as I hit a certain watch time, I'm like, okay, the hook worked.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot of thought that goes into it.
Yeah, that would have to be.
Yeah.
It's very creative, behind the scenes stuff that I think, again, most people they just
Yes.
take for granted entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have a
Agree.
question. This is based on the production aspect of it. I'm a former travel agent, and I love to travel. Don't do a whole lot of it now, but we were going to do, my wife and I, we were on our 3rd trip to Paris. Started with all the best intentions, but then I get there, I'm like, screw this. I just want to enjoy my time being here.
Yeah.
So how do
Yeah.
you overcome that aspect of it where you're like, well, if I'm sitting here doing all this, then I'm taking the spontaneity out of it
Yes.
for me.
Yes. That, I think, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I feel like nobody realizes that.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it like this, but it's, for me at least, it's almost impossible to fully enjoy what you're doing when you're focusing on filming it and producing a high quality video.
Sure.
Especially when it comes to travel. I mean, you can even forget food. Like, I mean, when I go to film food, I'm not there to eat. I'm there to make the video. And my first priority is making sure the video looks good. Because like I said, the businesses are trusting me with the video. So when the food comes out, I don't go to get the food. I tell my husband, don't touch it, just wait till I get all my shots and then we can eat. But by then the food is cold. But
Yeah.
we're used to it. But it's so hard to be in the moment when you're creating content. It's really tough.
So I was at an event at, I'll say it, it's a local place, the Catherine, 2 weeks ago. And luckily, the staff and the executive chef played along. But I was there because I am the man who ate the town, the food blogger, podcaster, all that stuff. I was there by request of the Catherine. And so they were doing this new supper series, and they would bring the food out, and it was family style. So I asked everyone at the table, please don't dig in until I've gotten the
Yes.
photo. But the staff caught on to that, and they would bring it and put it on a table that they would use to distribute, but they also would not do anything until I've come up with my special light and all that
of
stuff
course.
and took the photos. And that worked out great. But I'm with you. Everyone at the table for me always has to wait until I've
Yeah,
done
have to.
I do the
taking all the
same too.
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
have
glad-
to.
I tell my husband that too, and he's always like, "Oh,
I
gotta
know,
wait."
I know. It's just the name of the game. Like you got to get the shot first, you know, because people start digging in. It's just gonna
I
throw
think you
everything
go
off.
going on traveling, and you go somewhere, and it's this beautiful sunset, and incredible beach, and you look at your husband and say, "We got a video." Then.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
have
not,
to.
It's not
Yeah.
about
We
let's
have
enjoy
to.
it. It's
We
about
gotta,
make
you
sure
know,
we
like
capture it.
we went to Myrtle Beach 2 weeks ago, and it was awesome. I haven't been to Myrtle Beach since I was a kid, but we went, and I was there to document the hotel that we were staying in because it was like a little hosted thing. And I told him, I said, before you put your bags down, before you take your shoes off, before you take your jacket off, I got to get this hotel room. I got to capture the room while it's still pristine before the
Yeah.
covers are tossed and things are in the corner. But he knows now, like we've been together long enough. Where he just stays
He's
in the
been trained.
corner and I'm doing my thing, you know. So he knows the deal now. But yeah,
you
it's-
walk in the room, you're looking, all right, back out.
all right,
and
back
walk
out.
in
Exactly.
again. Let me
exactly.
get you coming.
Right.
yeah.
The whole 9 yards. So it's a lot, but I love to, when we do travel, I love to capture everything I need first as much as I can so we can enjoy just a little bit, you know. So I got to get the hotel first and the property and the beach and all things. After that, I'll try to put my phone down once I feel like I have enough, but you never really have enough, you know.
And even then, when you're, I mean, 'cause like you said, a piece of your brain is dedicated to
Yes.
it. So even when you feel like you've gotten everything, and
You see
have a new
something else,
experience,
and
you're
it's
well, I know I got it,
get
but
this.
this is too good.
Story of my life. Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from here.
From here?
Yeah. So I grew up in Kernersville.
Okay.
I went to the downtown elementary school, which is right around the
Did
corner.
you go
from
to
here.
East
Yep.
Forsyth? Yep.
Yeah, I went to East Forsyth, and then I went to UNC Charlotte and studied mass media and journalism.
When did
Nice.
you move out to Winston?
Well,
Or
I
do
still
you
live in
Winston?
Kernersville.
Are
I
you
still live in
in
Kernersville. Yeah, so I lived in Kernersville all my life, actually.
So what do you love about Winston?
Oh yeah, Winston it's just home for me. Like I know Winston like the back of my hand. Even though I'm from Kernersville, grew up in Kernersville. Like we spent our whole life in Winston-Salem. I think Winston. I love that it's growing.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, that Bailey Park area was nothing, and it's just so much new stuff. I love to see a lot of young people coming out to Winston and actually having like a scene. You know, there's some places on Trade Street, like Dogwood, Hops and Crops. That's a great spot. Just lots of people out, or the new Dutch Light bar.
We just had them on here.
No
the
way.
owners, yeah, they were just before you.
Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, I was actually just there the other day. But Winston is just always something coming. There's a new deli called, I think, Toast.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Right across from Dogwoods, Hops and Crops. But
I think it's toasted.
Toasted.
Oh, Toasted, yeah, that's
Toasted,
right.
yeah. So Winston's always just growing, and I love that. It gives me more to explore as well.
Yeah. So this will run probably beginning of June. Do you have anything that you know already you might be sharing then?
June. I would like to share some like outdoor spots, like
Yeah.
outdoor patios, things to do outside, events, things like that, like things to drive people outside, whether that's in Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Kernersville, food trucks. I really want to get more into food trucks. Speaking of outdoor things, but as far as June in particular, I can't think of anything particular that I have going on in June right now.
I know Winston has a food truck festival. Does Greensboro do one too?
They do.
They
Greensboro does have a food truck festival. Is Winston's, is that one in June?
It's usually in the spring, I think. I think
Okay.
it might have already
And they
happened.
do them on Sundays now. I
Yeah.
think,
Okay.
on Liberty Street.
Okay.
Although, there's all the like summer concert series and stuff in Winston during the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah. So I would love to document a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how can people find out about you?
People can find out about me mainly on Instagram. So my Instagram is @_Jessica Lee Ford, and that's JESSICALEEFORD. And then on TikTok, I think my TikTok name is same thing, @_Jessica Lee Ford 1 with the 1 on the end.
So there's another Jessica Lee Ford out there.
I guess so. I think there's a couple. So yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us and
Thank
sharing
you.
about your content.
Of course. I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook, Twin City Talk. Thank you.
The views and opinions portrayed by guests on this podcast are not necessarily
those of the distributors and hosting companies. And if you love this podcast, that's great, but don't think about stealing it. Reach out to us and talk about the content because it is copyrighted.